So to conclude low rank, what kind of fight do we have? Maybe climactic, maybe a fight against a demon incarnate that is menacing the entirety of the new world. Well, there is a menace to the new world, but it's still Zorah Magdaros. It's a second Zorah Magdaros fight. The second Magdaros fight, there's a lot of stakes. It's high stakes. It's dramatic. The new world could explode if it blows up inside the Everstream. It takes place inside this beautiful cinematic set piece in this humongous cavern that is at the scale at least of like the canyon you fought it in the first fight that you encountered earlier in the low rank. But here at the end of low rank, you fight it at the entrance of the Everstream. Ooh la la, it's big. Zorah Magdaros it's like I wrote it down here. It's like a disease. It's moving through the veins of the new world. The Everstream is kind of like the veins, and the new world, the body. And the hunters are the immune system that are there to dispatch the dangerous disease, or at least redirect it in this case, so Zorah Magdaros doesn't blow up everybody in that place. It's the last chance. You redirect Zorah Magdaros to the ocean where it can blow up there. Otherwise, if it does cross inside the Everstream, inside the blood, well, everyone's dead. Because it's going to blow up everything. Because it is a walking bomb. Zorah Magdaros is like this walking nuclear bomb. It has a lot of bioenergy inside itself. That's pretty scary, pretty dangerous. You realize, oh shit, the first time we fought it, if we did kill it by mistake, well, it would have been game over for everyone already. But it is like this, Zorah Magdaros, you fight it again. And you might think, oh my god, this second fight, it's going to be more difficult because we got the first encounter that taught us what Zorah Magdaros is. But in this case, well, no. It is still too easy. It's near impossible to lose this fight. You're not going to lose this fight. There's really nothing much added to the fight except the Dragonator, and the faces are kind of like switched. Instead of using siege weapon in the first phase, you start by mounting on the monster and attacking the magma cores. Then you get on the barricade and shoot at it with ballistas and cannons and binder ammos, right? But there's also a Dragonator that is added. After a certain amount of time you can activate it. It's a one-time use, I think, and that does a lot of damage. It feels pretty good to use it. But still, the Dragonator is pretty much the only thing that's added to the fight. It's still, guided, scripted sequences. You don't have much freedom. It's on rails. The NPCs tell you what to do still, just like in the Grand Canyon. And Nergigante reappears. It reappears, it's a menace. You would think, but no, in this one, it is a joke. You do not need to interact with Nergigante because it goes away on its own. I was deep inside a magma core space and I had a lot of trouble getting out, and the Nergigante was just sitting around for a while in a special designed area on the back of Zorah Magdaros. It did not move, it did not fight, it did nothing. I just left it to do its own thing, and this caused me to not have any game over but actually win. Not fighting the beast I'm supposed to fight actually gave me a victory, and that's bullshit. That shouldn't be the case. Also, Zorah Magdaros, when it does attack the barrier, when you're actually on it and firing at it, it does a pitiful amount of damage to the barrier. Like really a pitiful amount of damage. I think in the Grand Canyon, when it does attack the barriers, at least the first one, it destroys it pretty fast. But here, in that case, it's a top 5% of the entirety of the health bar that goes away when it hits it, and it's really slow to hit. The barricade really doesn't take a lot of damage, I think. So you kind of see like the problematic right there. It's the same business as the first encounter, and this is the last fight of low rank. You would have expected it to be a bit more climactic. The gameplay is way too passive for such high stakes, really. I think it would have been better if Zorah Magdaros broke the barrier more easily, and maybe the hunters needed to time their Dragonator use or Binder ammo use to stop Zorah Magdaros from breaking the barriers, because if it breaks in just a few hits instead of needed to sit on my ass for half an hour for it to be broken, then maybe that would have given us a bit more incentive to try harder, to do better, to really feel like everything was at stake. Like in the old games, there was also Siege, as far as I remember, like with Lao Shanlong and Shen Gaoren in Freedom Unite. I strictly remember the barricade breaking really easily, the fortress that's being attacked by these gigantic creatures. They would break really easily, and you needed to time well your attacks, your powerful attacks, the powerful tools and artillery, so you could stop the monster from attacking. And I thought that would have been the case here, but that's clearly not the case. And also I think the Nergigante fight should have been mandatory, that it should have stayed on Zorah Magdaros' back, that you should have fought it and depleted its health to a certain threshold for it to go away, and otherwise it would have maybe killed Zorah Magdaros and caused a game over. You would have seen in that case that everything would have exploded. Oh shit, like the quest has failed. But no, that's not the case, and that disappointed me really a lot. I wanted to fight Nergigante. I really wanted to face off against it, have my revenge for the first time I fought it in the Grand Canyon. But that is not the case. That did not work, and I really wanted to fight it, so I really wished that they made that fight mandatory. I wrote it right there. So in the end, that quest, that fight, even though it is a great spectacle and it has a significance in the story, it is just a formality to enter higher rank. You do not need to put a lot of effort into actually accomplishing it, because it is near impossible to lose. I wrote it before, I tell you one more time that that's the case. I was a single hunter on my first try, and I had no problem just overcoming that quest. And I think that for the last one of low rank, there should have been a lot more difficulty. So in conclusion, TLDR, right there, I wrote it down on my whiteboard. It's a fight with a great atmosphere, great story implications, but gameplay doesn't offer enough challenge, and the climax is not that memorable, and the sense of urgency is diluted. Because yes, I mean, there's this contrast, right? Everything is so really high stake urgency, and really that's not really the case. The urgency is a bit wasted if the monster doesn't really make a dent inside the barricade. But what did you think of the second fight against Zorah Magdaros in the Everstream? Tell me in the comments below, I really would appreciate that. Tell me what you think about Zorah Magdaros in general. Leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. If you like my whiteboard, I appreciate the support. And at the end there will be another video, subsequent video about another monster or something else. So I will see you there, alright? Cheers!